Hello friends, I am Shahzad and I am going to cover these concepts of citizenship in a very detailed manner. And my purpose of this lecture is to provide you full guidance for polity for the general studies paper 2, and all the slides of my lecture is available at this Google Drive. So, what all I am planning to cover it in the citizenship. So, I will cover what is the concept of citizenship, what we mean by citizenship, what are the constitutional provision, what are the different articles in the constitution which are related with citizenships, what are the parliamentary law which has been framed to govern the citizenship in our country, issue of Assam Accord, how citizenship was amended at the time of Assam, and the National Register of Citizenship in Assam. Then we will cover this Citizenship Amendment Act of 2019. What are the different provision of the Citizenship Amendment Act? And what are we are talking about the National Register of Indian Citizen. And then because if someone will is not a citizen, he may be illegal immigrants, refugee. So what are the refugee policy of India? How we deal with the refugee? And after that I will discuss on two case study on refugee. One is the Chakma refugee and other is the Rohingya refugee. So starting with this concept of citizenship. So imagine that India has a full political system. Like there is a central government, a state government, there is a governance, administration. So citizenship relates one individual with this political community, with this government. The relationship between the individual and the government, the government is not saying correct, the whole political ecosystem, what is the relationship is basically citizenship. The government, for government, peoples are like citizen, either they will be citizen or either they will be non-citizen. If they are non-citizen, they could be any other person, they could be alien, they could be a foreigner, they could be a illegal immigrants, these kind of things. And based on that, government will decide their welfare policy, different rights, the constitutional rights, the political rights, the social rights, and different kinds of full host of things. If one is citizen, it creates a kind of a community within the country, and that community will have different sorts of rights. So if from the political science perspective, if we see the principle of citizenship, it is generally based on two things. One is right of soil. I have born here, it is my right to be citizen of this place. This is just solely given by Aristotle, if I am not wrong. And this is slightly liberal approach. Wherever you are born, you are citizen of that country. No need to have any forward or the backward linkages. But another concept is jus sanguinis, which is right of blood. If your father is a citizen of this country, then you are the citizen of this country. If your grandfather is the citizen of this country, then your father is the citizen of this country, then you are the citizen of this country. Not that just you are born in this place, you are citizen of this country. No. So it is slightly restrictive approach. It is based on descent. The backward linkages from your ancestors will decide that whether you are citizen of this country or not. So our constitution has a mixed of both principles. We will see how does it apply, what are the different provisions in our constitution and the parliamentary law. So there are two or three terms related with citizenship. So once you understand what is citizenship, it is like kind of a very community, the closed, the most जिसको जो बोलेंगे जो सबसे प्रिय है गवर्नमेंट के लिए, जो गवर्नमेंट को जो सबसे प्यारा है, जो गवर्नमेंट जिसका सबसे ज़्यादा ख्याल रखेगा, वो है citizens. But there is another is illegal immigrant. So suppose there is some foreigner like this Rohingya, they entered into the India through some means, because if you see our Bangladesh border has no fencing. There are like a long stretch of rivers. no fencing, anyone can come, anyone can go, like that kind of situation happens. Sometimes they are dense forest area, the mountainous region, where the full control or the patrolling cannot happen. If there is some gap, the intruders और वहाँ पे जो है बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं जो पास करा देते हैं. तो इफ समवन फॉरेनर हु विल कम इनटू द इंडिया विदाउट ए वैलिड पासपोर्ट, उसके पास कोई पासपोर्ट नहीं होगा और ट्रैवल डॉक्यूमेंट, और विद अगर ये ऐसे आ सकते हैं, और इफ समवन हैज कम थ्रू वैलिड मीन्स, लाइक इफ समवन हैज कम थ्रू पासपोर्ट, इफ समवन हैज कम थ्रू सम ट्रैवल डॉक्यूमेंट, बट उसके साथ एक वीज़ा मिलता है, वीज़ा लाइक 6 मंथ्स का, 1 ईयर का. इफ़ यू हैव एग्जॉस्टेड दैट टाइम पीरियड, दैट परमिटेड पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, एंड यू हैव नॉट गॉन to your respective country, then you are illegal immigrant. One is that you have come without a valid passport or travel document, or even if you have come with a valid passport or travel document, you have lived more than the permitted time. These are the two criteria for deciding illegal migrants. Another is the refugee. Illegal migrant can be because of anyone, can be because of social factor. If someone is very poor in Bangladesh, and he just come to India and he started a livelihood here with, but he comes without a valid passport or travel document, he is a legal migrant. If someone has come from some country or has lived for a more, so illegal migrant can be anyone. It could be because of religious persecution. If someone is getting religiously persecuted in his country and he fled from there and comes to India, he is a illegal migrant. But what is refugee? This is a definition given by UNHRC. Refugee is a displaced person. He has been displaced from his original place of living, who has been forced to cross national boundary, जो अपना national boundary को cross कर गया, and who cannot return home safely, and he has no chances to return home safely. So suppose refugee is and such a person may be called asylum seeker. So refugee, very important, कि अगर कोई displaced person है और वो अगर नेशनल बाउंड्री कवर कर लिया और वो अपने घर वापस नहीं जा सकते, मान लो रोहिंग्या का लो, वहाँ पे म्यांमार में, लाइक इफ there is a crisis on the Rohingya, they are getting cleansed, so they are displaced from their place, they are crossing the national boundary and they cannot go back to their home safely, so they are asylum seeker. Now they are not refugee. Okay, understood this, very important. Then this asylum seeker will be granted refugee status by the contracting state. Suppose they are coming to India and India will grant them refugee. Okay, you are refugee, you can live here till the time the situation of normalcy established at your place, then you can go. So then till that time, then India will grant them the refugee status. Or UNHRC sometimes operate in any country, like in India also UNHCR, United Nations Human Commission for Refugee, works, and they give documents to the respective person that okay, you are refugee in this place. Now coming to the constitutional provision for citizenship. So in constitution, article 5 to 11 are the articles for the constitutional provision, and basically in constitution article 5 to 8 is not much important from present point of view, because article 5 to 8 is deciding the status of citizenship at the time of 26 January 1950 or period relating to that period which has passed. Now we are 70 years ahead. So how that it has explained that the person who has been domiciled in India at that time, at 26 January, there are some rules that who have been domiciled before 26 January 1950 will be citizen of India. And similarly, there are some people at that time has migrated from Pakistan to India. So what are the provision for them to be citizenship at that time? It is not applicable. It is not I will say not applicable. It is of not much relevance now. And it also they have some people who has migrated from Pakistan, then got returned, and then some person of Indian origin who have been living outside India. What are the constitutional provision to grant them citizenship? So now we have sufficiently crossed 70 years of independence. So these provisions are basically not sufficient to decide the citizenship of a country, of an individual, because it will decide the citizenship at the time of commencement of the constitution. At the time of 26 January of 1950, one is a citizen of a country or not. This four provision was necessary, was sufficient to decide at that time. So what constitution has done to decide the citizenship of a country? The citizen has empowered parliament to make any law related to citizenship, because for a long stretch of time there could be various changes, various situation could occur. So constitution has, through article 11, constitution has empowered parliament to make law on the citizenship. ठीक है, ऑफ एक्विजिशन. एक्विजिशन मतलब किसी को सिटीजनशिप देना है या किसी का सिटीजनशिप टर्मिनेशन, बिकॉज ऑफ सम रीजन यू आर टर्मिनेटिंग द सिटीजनशिप ऑफ ए पर्सन. सो पार्लियामेंट हैज द पावर टू मेक लॉ रिगार्डिंग दैट. And according to the article 9, India has a concept of single citizenship. It means that you can be citizen of India only if you are getting citizenship of any other country. You will have to lose the citizenship of India. This is according to the article 9. Suppose Akshay Kumar, you may have heard, he has taken the citizenship of Canada. So if once he has taken the citizenship of Canada, he will automatically, according to the article 9 of the constitution, will lose the citizenship of India. And article 10 is nothing, it is same, that the person will remain citizen. कोई भी आदमी person जो भी है will remain citizen, subject to if parliament will make any law such that the citizens of a citizen status of a individual is not remain valid, will not remain. So parliament has basically the conclusion of article 10 and 11 is that parliament has the power to make law related to citizenship. So for that purpose, in 1955 Citizenship Act was enacted, and Citizenship Act 1955 decides who is citizen of India. So first is by birth, born in India, just by born, जो born हुआ है. तो I explained ना कि there are two concepts, just solely based on the place of birth and gens sanguinis based on the right of blood. So one is there are three different categories based on date. So first, very important, first is those who have born between 26 January 1950 to 1st July 1987 will be citizen of India irrespective of nationality of parents. उसके parents का nationality तुम्हें दिखाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. If your date of birth is between this period, if you have birth certificate, if you are born in India, you will be a citizen of India. That's enough. Then second is that if your date of birth is between 1st July 1987 to 3rd of December 2004, then if you are born in India and either of the parents are Indian, either any one of the parents are Indian, if you prove that your one parent is Indian, that is enough and you will be citizens of India. And the third provision is that if your date of birth is between 3rd December 2004 to till date, then you should born in India and your both parents should be Indian. और अगर उन दोनों में से कोई एक अगर इंडियन है तो दूसरा इलीगल इमिग्रेंट्स नहीं होना चाहिए. दूसरा पेरेंट्स नॉन इंडियन हो सकता है. मान लो सपोज कोई अमेरिकन है, वो इंडिया में आया, वीज़ा के लेके आया, उसके बाद सफिशिएंट टाइम का वीज़ा है, वो किसी इंडियन से शादी किया एंड उसका कोई बच्चा हुआ, तो देन हिज चाइल्ड विल बी इंडियन बिकॉज हिज फादर इज इंडियन. और सपोज कोई अमेरिकन आया एंड यहाँ के किसी लेडीज से शादी कर लिया एंड सिंस हिज मदर इज इंडियन, देन that child will be Indian, but given that whoever is coming from America is not illegal immigrant, okay, is not illegal immigrant. So suppose what is the case, suppose if someone is coming from Sri Lanka and just snoops in, he just does not take any visa, just come by some illegal manner and come into the India, marry with some woman of India, since the mother is Indian, but the child will not be granted citizenship of India because his father is illegal immigrant. his father is an illegal immigrant. Okay, so first is that if you are born in this period, whoever your parents is, doesn't matter, you are citizen of India. If you are born in this period, who one of your parents should be a citizen of India, other parents doesn't matter, whoever he is. And third is that if you are born in this period, both of your parents should be Indian, or one of your parents should be Indian and other is not illegal immigrants. अदर इज लीगल माइग्रेंट्स हो सकता है, अदर इज नॉट नॉन इंडियन हो सकता है, बट ही शुड नॉट बी इलीगल इमिग्रेंट्स. नाउ द सेकंड इज द बाय डिसेंट, born outside India. Those who has been born outside India, like suppose if someone has born outside India, 26 January 1950 to 10 December 1992, if someone has born outside India and if his father is citizen of India, then he is citizen of India. अब यहाँ पे मत पूछना कि मदर के साथ क्या है, दिस इज रूल कि इफ दिस डेट ऑफ बर्थ इज दिस एंड इफ ही हैज born outside India and if father is citizen of India, then you are citizen of India. If the date of birth is between 10 December 1992 to 3rd December 2004, your यहाँ पे न्यूट्रल हो गया. यहाँ पे क्या हो गया, मतलब लाइक फादर भी सिटीजन हो सकता है, या अगर मदर भी इंडियन हुआ तो दोनों में से कोई एक अगर इंडियन हुआ तो यू विल बी सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया. एंड द थर्ड क्राइटेरिया इज इफ यू आर बोर्न आउटसाइड इंडिया and you have born after 3rd December of 2004, then you will be citizen of India, but only इसमें क्या कहते हैं कि तुम अगर रजिस्टर नहीं करा बाद में, if government will ask and कि whether you are citizen of India, you will just prove that your father was citizen of India, then you and you have born outside India, then that's enough, you will be citizen of India. But in this case, if you have not registered your birth, if you are born after 3rd December 2004 and you have not registered your birth, if you are born outside India at any Indian consulate within 1 year or any permissible period given by the central government, and if you have not registered, then you will not be citizen of India. You should have done registration within the 1 year of birth if you have born outside India. And then these are the two by which you will become citizen of India, by birth or by descent. By descent means by blood. If your father is citizen of India, if your parents, if you, in this case you have not born in India, you are not citizen by just solely, you are not citizen by place of birth, you are citizen by your blood, and in this case this provision will apply. In this case there is some mix. First one is exactly just solely where your citizenship is decided just basically on the basis of your date of birth, and in this there is a mixture, just solely as well as just sanguineous. You are born in India plus your parents descent भी देख रहे हैं and here भी descent, so there is some mix. Yeah, there is some mechanism. If you are not citizen of India, you can get citizenship of India by if you satisfy any one of these criteria. So for that thing, for getting citizenship of India, there is very important that you should not be an illegal immigrant. If you are illegal immigrant, you cannot, very important, it is important to understand when I will discuss Citizenship Amendment Act 2019, it will help you to understand. If you are an illegal immigrant, you cannot get the citizenship by registration. So if you are a foreigner, you should come to India with a valid document and you should not have lived more than the permissible period. Okay? So I will assume that someone is not an illegal immigrant. Then if this person is person of Indian origin and residing in India for 7 years, then he can apply for registration of citizenship. If that person is residing in any other country outside undivided India and he wants to become citizen of India, he can apply. If the person is married to an Indian, if someone is married to an Indian, if कोई बाहर से foreigner आया and कोई Indian से marry किया और यहाँ पे 7 साल से रह रहा है, then he can apply for registration of citizenship. ठीक है, but he should not be illegal immigrant. If मान लो कोई बांग्लादेशी, suppose he has snooped in and he married to some Indian, then he will not get citizenship because he is a illegal immigrant. But if someone from Bangladesh come through a valid visa, uh, have not overstayed the term of his permissible period of stay, and have married to an Indian, and he has visa for more than 7 years, and he is living in India, and after living for more than 7 years, he can apply for citizenship to India. See, it is not matter whosoever that person is, the religion, caste, creed, sex, religion, whatever, doesn't matter. It should be any person. So, and minor children of person can apply. If suppose some minor children hai and jo citizen of India, and he has not been citizen, because suppose he has born outside India, or because of some reason he has not been becoming, he has got the citizen of India, so he can apply for citizens. एंड एनी पर्सन हुज पेरेंट्स, किसी के अगर पेरेंट्स जो है वो सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया है, तो उसको डायरेक्ट बाय ब्लड रिलेशन जो है सिटीजनशिप मिल जाएगा. एंड OCI कार्ड होल्डर, OCI आई विल एक्सप्लेन का व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, एंड हु इज कार्ड होल्डर फॉर 5 years and living in India for past 1 year can get citizenship of India. So what is person of Indian origin? So person of Indian origin is any person whose parents were born in undivided India, whose parents were born in undivided India, whose parents or grandparents be born in undivided India, will be person of Indian origin. But to take such registration of citizenship, you will have to take a simple oath that you will allegiance to the Constitution of India and abide by its rule and all. There is a prescribed format for that. So this citizenship by registration, है ना, this is for anyone who is of Indian descent and want to get in the citizenship of India. Because of some reason he is not citizen of India and he wants to get citizen of India, he can get so by citizen by registration. But there is something called citizenship by naturalization. Naturalization is that if someone is completely foreigner, no whatsoever relation with India is, and he wants to get the citizenship of India, so he can get the citizenship by naturalization. And also, for getting the naturalization, you should not be a illegal immigrant. If you are an illegal immigrant, you cannot get citizenship in whatsoever manner, and you should be deported back. Then this necessary qualification for naturalization, then what is the criteria, how a foreigner can get the citizenship of India, how a Bangladeshi or a Pakistani or a American or a Canadian or a Afghanistani or a Kazakhstani or a Chinese can get a citizenship of India. तो यहाँ पे है कि there is some country जिससे नेचुरलाइजेशन के थ्रू सिटीजनशिप जो है प्रिवेंटेड है, उससे नेचुरलाइजेशन के थ्रू जो है सिटीजनशिप नहीं ले सकते हैं. वैसे फ्यू कंट्रीज है, तो उस कंट्री के लोग जो है सिटीजनशिप उनको नहीं मिलेगा. बट यू हैव सीन कि अदनान सामी रिसेंटली गॉट सिटीजनशिप थ्रू नेचुरलाइजेशन. ही वॉज द सिटीजन ऑफ पाकिस्तान. सो मीन्स पाकिस्तान के लोगों को भी थ्रू नेचुरलाइजेशन, इफ द गवर्नमेंट फील्स लाइक दैट, एंड so no citizen of countries, because but there is one thing I will explain. First go through the criteria that any citizen, जिससे कुछ कंट्री है जिससे सिटीजनशिप प्रिवेंटेड है, वहाँ के लोगों को नेचुरलाइजेशन के थ्रू सिटीजनशिप नहीं मिलेगा. ठीक है. द सेकेंड इज दैट दोज हु हैज रिजाइडेड इन इंडिया और सर्विस इन गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया में कुछ सर्विस किया या इंडिया में रहा फॉर अ पीरियड ऑफ 12 months फ्रॉम डेट ऑफ एप्लीकेशन. मतलब अगर आज अप्लाई किया तो आज से पिछले 12 महीने तक पूरा इंडिया में रहा, पहला थिंग. देन वो पिछले 14 साल से इंडिया में रहा है, लेकिन 14 साल में, पिछले 14 साल में कुल मिला के 11 साल वो इंडिया में रहा हो. मतलब बीच बीच में वो कहीं बाहर जा सकता है, बट पिछले 14 साल में से लेके 11 साल कम से कम इंडिया में वो रहा हो. वो अच्छे कैरेक्टर का हो, उसके पास 8th शेड्यूल, इस शेड्यूल में इंडिया का डिफरेंट लैंग्वेजेस है, तो उसका एडिक्वेट नॉलेज हो, और नेचुरलाइजेशन मतलब कि इंडिया का सिटीजनशिप मिलने के बाद वो इंडिया में रिजाइड करने का उसका इच्छा हो. ये नहीं कि जस्ट सिटीजनशिप लेके तुम फिर बाहर कहीं चले जाओ, वैसा नहीं चलेगा. इफ यू शुड इंटेंट टू रिजाइड इन इंडिया, then only you can get the citizenship by naturalization. So one question I will ask, that find me the name of the country who will get the citizenship, who cannot get the citizenship of through naturalization. Comment in the comment box. So I gave the example of Adnan Samina. At that time they were slightly wrong, because I told na ki these all criteria should be satisfied for naturalization. These all criteria should be satisfied for naturalization. But if someone is very distinguished service like Adnan Sami, I am not pretty sure that Pakistan has been prevented from Pakistani citizen has been prevented from getting citizenship through naturalization. I am not sure which country is included here, but such criteria for Adnan Sami, it can be exempted, because this person has rendered a distinguished service to the science, philosophy, art, literature, world peace, or human progress. If you are whatever person you are, if you have rendered distinguished service to the science, philosophy, art, literature, world peace, or human progress, these all criteria need not to be satisfied by you. You can directly get the citizenship of India through naturalization. But if you are not so, then you have to fulfill all these criteria. And there are certain countries from where the people cannot get citizenship through naturalization. And let me know those countries in the comment box. Now this was like regarding acquisition of citizenship, like who can become the citizenship, like born in India, born outside India, through registration, through naturalization. Then there are some ways through which you can lose the citizenship also. One is very simple. You can just renounce that I don't want to be the Indian citizen, and you gave a declaration to the government, you will cease to be a citizen of India. But if such declaration is during war, and in which India is engaged, then the government can government can withhold. The government will not accept your renouncing of Indian citizen, because it may be happen that you are renouncing under some pressure or something. First thing. And also, if you are renouncing Indian citizenship, if you like suppose you declare that I don't want to be Indian citizen, then your minor child also loses Indian citizenship, but he can get citizenship once he attains the age of 18. So this is one way of losing your citizenship, that you just declare that I don't want to be Indian citizen. By termination, that if voluntarily acquire the citizenship of another country, it is example of Akshay Kumar. If he voluntarily takes the citizenship of Canada, he loses the citizenship of India. But if he will apply such things during a war, then such conditions will not be applicable, because during the war you can be prisoner of war. There could be pressure on you, and because of which you are terminating or renouncing. So during the war, these provisions are not applicable. Then by deprivation, there's some situation where central government can terminate your citizenship. It can reject you from getting citizenship. And if there, and what are those criteria? If you have obtained the citizenship by fraud करके गलत documents दिखा के you have taken the citizenship, or if you are disloyal to the Constitution of India, if you have passed on sensitive information to the enemy during the war, or if you have got citizenship through registration, the process which I just explained, or through naturalization, and you have been imprisoned in any country, तुम like naturalization registration से किया, and you are not of a good character, here quality था ना good character, and you get imprisoned in any country for 2 years, then you will lose your citizenship of India. And also, this is one condition, may not be much of people knowing, but if you are continuously living in any other country for 7 years continuously without coming back to India, then you can lose your Indian citizenship. The government can deprive you from Indian citizenship. Now coming to this concept of overseas citizen of Indian cardholder. So what is happening is that according to Article 9, which you have just seen, that in India the dual citizenship concept is not there. So what happened is that there was some kind of a disconnect with the Indian diaspora. There was just a kind of a person of Indian origin card, which people generally have, and that was kind of a connection, and that has not much privileges also. So in 2000, government constituted a committee, LM Singhvi committee, to connect with diaspora. What we can do to connect with our diaspora, to connect with our own people who are living outside India, who were originally from India. So in they suggested that in the 2003 there was a Citizenship Amendment Act was done, and it suggested that other than the people of Pakistan and Bangladesh, people from 16 specified countries, from good countries like America or Europe's like kind of countries, those people, those whoever of the person of Indian origin living there, they will get a overseas citizenship of India. Like they will called OCI. They will not be direct citizen of India, but they will called OCI. There will be some benefits and some flexibility to them. We will discuss what are the facilities of overseas citizen of India. So they will get those kinds of benefit. And initially in 2003 it was just limited to 16 countries, but not to Pakistan and Bangladesh. In 2005 government expanded this, and it scoped that the पर्सन ऑफ इंडियन ओरिजिन, मतलब जिसका डिसेंट इंडिया से था, जो इंडिया के एक्चुअली थे, जो बाहर बस गए, वो किसी भी दूसरे कंट्री में रहते हो एक्सेप्ट पाकिस्तान एंड बांग्लादेश, दे विल गेट ओवरसीज सिटीजनशिप ऑफ इंडिया इफ दे वांट. सो ये था 2005 तक. तो बट 2015 में क्या हुआ कि कुछ लोगों के पास पर्सन ऑफ पीआईओ कार्ड था और कुछ लोगों के पास ओसीआई कार्ड था. बिकॉज आई टोल्ड ना कि बिफोर ऑल दिस ओसीआई स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम बिफोर 2000 पीपल जस्ट हैव पीआईओ कार्ड. So in 2015 government merged this PIO card and overseas citizen of India card and make a new name, overseas citizen of India card holder. There is just one. Whoever living outside India except Pakistan and Bangladesh, they can get OCI card. They will be named as overseas citizen of India card holder, and they will enjoy certain facility. But most important, it is not equal to dual citizenship, because Indian constitution does not permit dual citizenship. So what are the benefits and the facility of overseas citizen of India? It facilitated for multiple entry and multi-purpose lifetime visa. उन्होंने क्या होता है कि उन्हें पासपोर्ट जैसा एक डॉक्यूमेंट मिलता है जिसपे लाइफ टाइम वीज़ा का मुहर होता है. उन्हें बार बार इंडिया में आने के लिए वीज़ा लेने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. वो इंडिया डायरेक्टली आ सकते हैं, बट उनके पास पासपोर्ट होना चाहिए जिस कंट्री में ओरिजिनल रह रहे हैं, एंड उनके पास ये OCI कार्ड होना चाहिए. उन्हें इंडिया का वीज़ा लेने का ज़रूरत नहीं है. द सेकेंड इज एग्जेम्पशन ऑफ फॉरेनर रजिस्ट्रेशन. उन्हें जैसे कुछ लोग अगर फॉरेन से आ रहे हैं तो इन्हें इंडिया में रजिस्टर करना पड़ता है, तो उन्हें ये रजिस्ट्रेशन कराने का ज़रूरत नहीं है कि वो कितने भी देर रह सकते हैं, कभी तक रह सकते हैं. उन्हें जितना देर रहने का इच्छा है वो रह सकते हैं. एंड पैरिटी विथ NRI. उन्हें जो है NRI के साथ वो फाइनेंशियल जो है, इकोनॉमिक एंड एजुकेशनल फील्ड में जो फैसिलिटी NRI को है वो ओवरसीज सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया को भी मिलता है, एक्सेप्ट इन द एक्विजिशन ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर टू प्लांटेशन प्रॉपर्टी. वो एग्रीकल्चरल लैंड नहीं खरीद सकते, प्लांटेशन नहीं खरीद सकते, बट उसके अलावा बाकी कहीं ज़मीन खरीदना है या कोई एजुकेशनल बेनिफिट या एजुकेशन में एडमिशन लेना है. एक बार लाइक समटाइम्स पीपल ऑब्जेक्ट कि आप सिटीजन नहीं हो, आप तो OCI हो, यू विल नॉट बी अलाउड टू गेट एडमिशन इनटू द गवर्नमेंट कॉलेज, बट इट इज़ नॉट डू सो. They can get admission to the high court has there is a high court judgment on this, but they have no right to vote. They have no right to hold constitutional post because they are not citizen of India. They have no right to have any public service. They cannot take government jobs, and they cannot hold farmlands or the agricultural property. So this is the Citizenship Acts and the constitutional provision related to citizenship and concept of citizenship. Next lecture I will cover Assam Accord, the amendments because of the Assam Accord, what is the NRC in Assam, and then I will cover Citizenship Amendments Act and this National Register of Indian Citizens. These three topics I will cover in next lecture, and in next lecture I will cover this refugee policy of India. For then, thank you and bye.